Few people have lived life to the fullest on the scale of Ted Turner. Entrepreneur.
This is CNN.
Media pioneer. Professional sports owner. Humanitarian. Conservationist. Yacht captain of America's Cup. And a rancher on a massive scale. Ted Turner's contributions and active participation in studies with conservation groups, such as Tall Timbers Research Station, reflect his passion for quail hunting and his desire to make it possible for others to enjoy the sporting life. An avid outdoorsman, Turner began to cultivate his passion for quail hunting with the purchase of Avalon Plantation in North Florida in 1984. In addition to Avalon, Turner now owns 6 properties containing quail habitat for private recreational use. These properties include Armendaris and Ladder Ranches in northern New Mexico, Z-Bar Ranch in Kansas, La Primavera and Colón Cura Estancias in Argentina, and Nonami Plantation in Albany, Georgia. Nonami is commonly regarded as the premier quail hunting property in the Southeast. In line with practices on all Turner properties, quail habitat on Turner lands is managed to meet the highest conservation standard. The habitat is maintained with proper cover, food, water, and biodiversity to ensure the continued success of the species. Ladies and gentlemen, Ted Turner has earned the distinction of the T. Boone Pickens Lifetime Sportsman Award by being a sportsman who has lived a life of adventure, a love of the outdoors, and a respect for natural resources. Welcoming the 2012 T. Boone Pickens Lifetime Sportsman Award recipient, Ted Turner. And past winner and award namesake, T. Boone Pickens. Ted, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, T. Boone.
Sure.
Well, congratulations, Ted. Boone, another great night, isn't it?
Pretty good. You know, we get better every year.
That's right. We try, don't we?
Do.
Ted, we wanted to do something a little different this year.
Before you start, I
okay.
want to say something. I hunted down at Avalon 2 weeks ago, and second time I've hunted Avalon, but I've hunted at 4 of Ted's places for quail, and he's hunted. I just have one place, and so he's such a great guy that, you know, we told him about this award and told him why we wanted to do it, and I said, Ted, I'm not kidding you. I said, it's a real show, and he said, listen, if it's for quail, count me in. So then he had what a guest. He then supplied the bison for us this evening, and but one time my mother told me, she said, son, you've just been invited to a duck dinner and it looks like you're going to have to take the duck. And I really feel like I almost stuck Ted, but listen, Ted and I are in deals all the time together, and so I'll have an opportunity to pay him back, but we do appreciate you coming tonight, being with us. He's on his way to Argentina, and he'll go out of here. I don't even get to put him up tonight. After dinner, he's gone. And but anyway, Ted Turner, a really great guy.
Well, Boone, what we wanted to do tonight, you know, I know that you and Ted got together last year, and you had talked to him about being this year's honoree. And so we wanted to set the scene for you just a little bit, because I know you guys were out at Mesa Vista, and we wanted to set the scene. I don't know if you guys actually talked in the library or not. You should see his library. It's amazing. But let's drop this right now and let you see just exactly what's happening. Hey,
that
was your friend Bubba who did that.
That's exactly who did it.
He's right over there.
You remember this?
He almost got you.
It's up the ranch.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. But now we're sitting in the study at the ranch. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So we wanted to set the scene here just a little bit, and the pictures, Ted, that we have, of course, are of the ranch as well. So you can see it's a nice setting, but Ted, I know you started as a duck hunter. How did you transition to quail?
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't have a place to hunt. And I remember I was poaching with my BB gun on the neighbor's property trying to get a squirrel. And I got caught, and I got turned in. And I faced the judge, and the judge, I think he fined me $10, and he pointed his finger down at me from up on the bench, and he said, "You're a poacher." Well, I left, I was 10 years old. I left that courtroom gritting my teeth. I said, "God damn it. When I grow up, I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to buy me a place to hunt and fish." and let me tell you about my first quail hunt. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any money, so I didn't have any rich friends. So nobody ever invited me to go quail hunting on their place. I had a few quail on a little piece of property I had, but if you got up 2 coveys in a day, I didn't have a dog or anything, but I did go hunting quail a couple of times, but never properly on horseback with wagons and dogs and guides and the whole schmear. So anyway, I went to the Ducks Unlimited banquet, and somebody had put up a quail hunt as a prize, just like we put up the quail hunt as a prize for tonight. And I bid for that prize, I don't know, $3,000. And for the first time, I was in my 40s, I went quail hunting. In my 40s, properly. And I absolutely loved it. Like, duck hunting's over at 9 o'clock. You know, I like to do things all day long. You know, you quail hunt all day long. And when you're duck hunting, you got to sit there quietly, you don't move for 2 damn hours, you know. And quail hunting, you know, you're riding a horse, you can have a conversation while you're riding through the woods till you get a point. I mean, we do it 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. And I just felt like I died and gone to heaven. When I bought my first quail plantation, I was 45 years old, and I never experienced it. So I hunt a lot now.
When was the first time you two hunted together?
We first met. I read an article. I wanted to buy a network. I didn't have any money. But I read about Boone Pickens was a takeover king. So I said, I need some help. I didn't know. I was only about 25 or 30 at the time. So I called him up and I said, "Mr. Pickens, would you help me buy RCA? They owned NBC. We were going to make a public offering for them." And he said, "Well, I'll talk to you about it." And we had a meeting in New York in a hotel room. That's right. And that was 35 years ago, and we hit it off. But we didn't get NBC.
Boone, you said that 2 weeks ago you guys were at Avalon hunting together. Give me a couple of minutes on what you like most about hunting at Ted's places.
Well, you know, great quail habitats. It's kind of like my place. You never see cow. It's all up to the birds and you and the dogs. But it's just a fabulous place. And there's just one thing wrong with this place. It's got those goddamn pine trees.
They're in the way.
And I'm used to that West Texas hunting. There's not any trees to ever cope with. So I swing around and I got I'm right on a tree and a bird, and I didn't do any good. I'm struggling on the shooting. I've got macular, and so it's not, shooting's hard for me now.
Well, you know, I've hunted with him. He's a good shot. Are you a better shot than he is, Ted?
He is now.
I'm not good. I had an eye operation and cataracts last year, and my eyes aren't what they were.
What are the things you enjoy most when you get together with Boone and you go to Mesa Vista? What are the things you enjoy most about being with Boone at Mesa Vista, his ranch?
Well, he's very entertaining.
In what way?
And the hunting is fabulous.
He doesn't like my place because it's kind of Spartan. And
Now, Ted, you lobbed the softball. You said he's entertaining. In what way? It's just the three of us sitting here.
Well, he's entertaining in a lot of different ways. He's got a great sense of humor, and he knows a lot about a lot of different subjects, and it's just entertaining and informative to be able to spend time with him.
You know, we all know that Boone is a pointer guy. He loves his pointers.
Wait a second. I got two really great setters now.
You got two great setters now? Did they come from Bubba?
No, but I'll tell you what, Bubba, I got 3 good dogs off of Bubba. Bubba's getting old.
Bubba is? Ted, is there a breed that you prefer, other than one that finds the birds?
That's the kind I like.
That's your favorite ones?
I like setters and pointers, and I've seen some Sherman short hairs that I like too. But it just depends on the dog and how well it's trained.
You know, Boone was asked the question one time, when did you know you were rich? And his answer was when he had 30 dogs in his kennel.
That's right.
When did you know you were?
When I opened up the paper and my stock had gone up over $1 billion. But there was nobody I could tell. I couldn't go down the hall of my offices and say I'm a billionaire because everybody would have wanted a raise, so I couldn't say that. And I couldn't do it to any of my friends because I was so much richer than them now. So I went home. I thought, well, I could tell my wife. And I said, honey, the stock went up today a couple bucks and we went over $1 billion. He said, I don't give a damn. She said, I got to do the kids' homework. It was the biggest letdown I ever had in my life. That's why I gave it all away.
See, old Ted hit that mark before I did.
Almost all of it.
I didn't make it till I was 70 years old. So
I got enough left to buy some Milo for the quail next year. That's about it.
You know, you started telling a story earlier, Ted, about Ducks Unlimited, and you have a great, in your book, you have a great story about a guy that you met at a Ducks Unlimited banquet and how he went on to run one of your businesses. Can you tell us a little bit about Taylor Glover, the president and CEO of yours?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and I met him, I think I did meet him at a DU banquet. So these banquets are good. And my son-in-law is here right now.
Your son-in-law is here too? You tell the story in your book how he kept calling you for tickets to a Hawks game, if I'm not mistaken. He was calling you for tickets to a Hawks game, and he was hoping that you would give him some tickets that they could auction off at a Ducks Unlimited banquet. And you finally went to the banquet, ended up buying almost everything at the banquet, and ended up hiring him as the CEO of, was it Turner Sports and CNN?
Well,
Turner Enterprises?
The whole company that we had at the time.
Great friendship developed, didn't it? You mentioned that your son-in-law is here. Your son, Bo, has also played an instrumental part in being a conservationist.
Oh, yes.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, all 3 of my sons and both my son-in-laws love to hunt. And I think probably they like to hunt just about everything. And they like to fish, too. And tomorrow morning, or not tomorrow morning because I don't get there till noon, tomorrow afternoon I'll be fishing in Argentina. We're flying all night. I'm leaving here and going out to the airport.
And you know, tell me, and that gives us a little bit of a glimpse, what's a day in the life of Ted Turner like? What would you do? I know tomorrow you're going to be fishing in Argentina. Give us a little glimpse into your life.
Well, first I get up about 6 or 6:30 and I work out for at least an hour. I do half-hour yoga and 15 minutes of weightlifting and 15 minutes on the treadmill. And then I have a light breakfast, and if I'm in Atlanta, I'll go to work and work all day.
Work all day.
And then go home and go to bed at night.
I love it. Boone, tell us a little bit about a day in the life of Boone Pickens.
Pretty close to his. This morning I'm up. Trainer's always there at 6:30, and it kind of puts you in a spot. If you don't want to get up, you know that guy's in there. And you think, I can't let him down, so I've got to get up. My wife said, I don't understand the feeling that you can't let him down. You're paying him, let him stay. You know. Anyway, I'm in there, and Andrew Littlefair, who's here tonight as CEO of Clean Energy Fuels, and he's staying out the house last night. So this morning, he comes in. He has a 7:30 meeting. He comes in the training room, and I'm working out. I'm getting ready to do squats on the ball, and I do them with a 75-pound vest on.
Really?
Yeah, and so Andrew can't believe it, so he tests the weight on it, and decided it was 75. I said, well, put it on and see if you can do this. But I did 3 sets. I did 20 squats, 15, and 25.
That's a great workout.
Yeah, and I did and believe it or not, honestly, I don't, that trainer cannot make my legs sore. He can make them tired, but not sore. But anyway, my day looks like his from that point. I go to the office. You all know that. I'm here in Dallas. And somebody's talking about traffic. And I said, just go at 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock. And I said, you'll be ahead of the traffic. Go at 8:30 or 9. It is pretty heavy traffic. I used to live in Calgary. And it was the same thing there. People talked about traffic. I never ran into it. I went in the dark, went home in the dark. And it was always easy to get from one place to another. But I do love to work. I do that. And if my work was taken away from me, I wouldn't last very long.
What's your favorite Ted Turner story? Your favorite Ted Turner story. Do you have something that you remember of the two of you being out hunting, fishing, somewhere together?
Well, I'm not a very good fisherman, and he is. He's a great fly fisherman. And but you know, we've hunted quail together. We went. We were at what, Amadeus, and down at Elephant Butte. That's where that ranch is. And we were down there, and it was 25 gusts into 40, and we were out there chasing those blue quail. It was pretty good. We got through the day. We had some birds, and but man, that was. But I don't mind that. I don't mind the running or moving up on the birds fast or anything like that. I'm a lot better on foot than I am horseback, and But we've had rises before where we knocked down 4 birds, and I like to have those kind of rises. I can not now, but 5 years ago, I could, now some of you guys aren't going to believe this, but I can tell you the sex of the birds that were knocked down. And I hunted with a good friend over there at Albany, John Harbert, but close to your place, that Nanami place. And there were 4 birds killed on the rise, and I called the sex on all 4 birds. I said a cock, 2 hens, and a cock. And when I got through, Larry Moon was the trainer, and he came around and said, "I want to talk to you, Mr. Biggins." He said, "How are you doing that?" But I actually could see that good. I could see the heads, and that you could see those cocks white. Well, of course you knew what you had. If you couldn't see the white, you probably had a hen. So.
The hens. I know both of you are passionate about youth, and Ted, I know you're certainly passionate about youth and getting them involved in the outdoors. Can you give us a few reasons why you think it's important to have our kids outside, to get them outside and enjoy the great outdoors?
Well, because they're watching too much TV and playing the internet games too much. And they're not getting exercise or fresh air, and they're not learning about the outdoors.
We're going to start the auction here in just a moment, and we're here because of the kids tonight. Our kids, our grandkids, we want them outside. We want to get them away from the TV. Can you tell everybody why it's important to be generous and overspend tonight?
We can use the money.
There you go. Boone, why is it important to overspend tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm home, and Dallas people know that I'm a generous guy. Honestly, somebody said, "Would you rather give it away or would you rather make it?" I said, "I'd rather make it by that much, and then I like to give it away." So I I've been high man on a lot of auctions, so it's. But I really do. I think if you make money, you should be generous. You should share. You ought to give to what you want to give. You can't give to everything, but I get. I don't know. I like to be in action.
Well, and we like you two sitting up here with us tonight. Two American legends, Boone Pickens and Ted Turner. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Thanks. You're great.
Thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate it.